What's good, YouTube? Is that fantasy guy coming to you guys with another video? And this is a different episode. This is a mailbag episode. Different kind of format where I answer the question of subscribers. So my first question is Henry or Freeman, and I'm assuming it means Devonte Freeman. So Derrick Henry or Devonte Freeman, and for the most part, I'm gonna go with Derrick Henry. Now, if it's a full point PPR, I can't deny Freeman's upside, and I have to go with Freeman on a full point PPR. But the problem is he is very injury prone. He has missed a number of games in the last few years. So I feel more comfortable with Derrick Henry, hoping that Tennessee decides to run the ball more going forward. Next question. So a subscriber sent me, I have 2 trade offers in my Dynasty League half point PPR, 1 QB, 2 starting running backs, 3 starting wide receivers, 1 flex. And it's 2 trade questions for Gurley. One of the trades are Gurley for Mixon, RoJo, and a 2020 second rounder. And you have to go with the latter, Mixon, RoJo, and the 2020 second rounder, because Gurley value is very low right now, and that's as good as it's going to get. If you can get all that value, I am on Gurley this year, and that's because I'm getting him for a value. So I mean, it's kind of like if someone had Gurley and I was able to trade RoJo for Gurley, I would make that trade in a heartbeat. So, but if I had Gurley and you want to give me all that for Gurley, he can go. I know the risk that comes along with Gurley. And his second trade, he said, is Gurley, Malcolm Brown, Jaylen Samuels, and a 2020 second rounder for Le'Veon Bell and Travis Kelce, and I'm definitely going to jump on the ladder for that. For one, I would rather get a roster spot free, and the talent be drawn to smaller amount of players. So if I can get 2 talented players, that's an easy W. Take that trade and run with it. Lev Bell should be decent this year, and I'm expecting Travis Kelce to kill it this year. Next question. A sub sent me Geronimo, Allison, or Michael Gallup are on the waiver wire in my Dynasty League. Who should I grab? And I say grab Gallup. I felt like he improved at the end of the season, and he should have a breakout year this year. It takes time for receivers that joined the NFL last year, was his first year, and it takes time for them to develop. So now he should be used to the system, and he should show what he can do a little more. So you should see production out of Gallup. I'm not a big fan of undrafted players, and Geronimo Allison is, if I'm not mistaken, is undrafted, and plus you don't even know if he's the number 2 in Green Bay. I'm hearing things out of minicamp that it seems like Valdes-Scantling is going to take that number 2 position, that he's doing very well. So definitely Gallup. Next question. A sub sent me thoughts on Funchess as a sleeper. Could be the number 2 in Indy, although they did draft Parris Campbell. Well, I just think it's a bunch of targets to go around in Indy, and I can't really see him breaking out unless it's touchdown wise, and that's something that you can't really predict. I was never the biggest Funchess fan, so I'm not buying any Funchess myself. If he falls to you as a value, which I think people are reaching on him, but if he falls to you as a value, why not get a share or 2 of Funchess just in case he takes the target that Ebron had last year, maybe he might take those end zone targets and have a pretty good year. But that's, like I said, counting on touchdowns are kind of fluky. That's why I'm not on Ebron this year, because of what he did last year. I don't think he will be able to repeat it. I don't think that's going to happen. I wouldn't bank on it at all. The next sub asks, who do you think will be the number one at each skill position in 2019? I'm guessing you're asking me who would finish as number one as their position, and I have to go with Kelce at tight end. Should be an easy slam dunk with all the extra targets that he has a chance to get. Easy slam dunk. At running back, I feel it's going to be Zeke. I don't know. I've been feeling like Zeke is just going to kill it this year. As long as he don't get suspended, doing stupid, you stupid. But as far as wide receivers, my first choice was Juju, but it may be Devonte Adams. I am torn in between those two. I guess it's easier to bank on Devonte Adams because you know he's going to get a ton of targets. But after this season, I think Juju gonna be going at like the 6th spot in every draft. And the number one producing fantasy player will be at the quarterback position, and that will be Deshaun Watson. They did give him some help on the offensive line. This is going to be his second season removed from his injury, and hopefully his wide receivers can stay more healthier than they did last year. And he did well last year with, his second and third receiver continue to go out. So that's the end of that question. Next question. The next subscriber asks, who are the best rookies to look for? Off the top of my head, I would say Miles Sanders, Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery, Kyler Murray, and N'Keal Harry. You should see them producing this year. And, of course, Kyler Murray should win Rookie of the Year. You should see Josh Jacobs getting a lot of work and Montgomery also getting a lot of work. It's up in the air how they're going to use Sanders. I see him as taking the lead role by the end of the season. And N'Keal Harry, I can't see him producing that much. Maybe at the end of the season, he might, catch on to everything that's going on. But not only is he going to the NFL as a rookie, which, rookie wide receivers usually don't produce, but he's going into the Patriots system, which is, has been hard for some receivers to catch on with. So, next question. Now, the same subscriber also asked me, who is my top 5 quarterbacks? And I'm assuming they're not asking like who's the best QB. I'm assuming they're asking me who would be the top 5 producing QBs this upcoming season. So that's how I'm gonna answer it. And I already said my number 1, and that's Deshaun Watson. I feel like he would be the number 1 fantasy player this upcoming season. Number 1 fantasy player. So of course he's gonna be the number 1 quarterback. The number 2 QB, I feel is gonna be Aaron Rodgers. I feel he's gonna be back to form, and he's gonna be slinging that ball. Number 3 is Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is always a great value pick. You can pick him in the later rounds and get on it. And he's been finishing, in the top 10, even the top 5 some years. So Number 4, Drew Brees. He always managed to slide in top 5, so got to throw him in there. Now, my number 5 is a surprise, or maybe a surprise, and I'm going to go with James Winston. I feel the defense sucks. He has a different coordinator. He don't have to look behind his back and maybe get benched. So he's going to sling that ball, sling that rock. And he has a chance to be in the top 5. So anyway, YouTube, that's all my mailbag questions. Thank you for sitting there listening. And don't forget to, like, comment, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Out.